remote na ito sa'yo. Ladies and gentlemen, announcing the arrival of our guest of honor and speaker, Assistant Commandant of Mariano Marcos State University, ROTC Unit, Colonel Cesar Marlon M. Yadav, Philippine Army Reserve, joining with him, the Mariano Marcos State University President, Dr. Shirley C. Agrupis, to be presented by Dr. Oscar M. Actawa, the Vice President of Administration, Finance, and Business, together with Community Defense Director and Commandant, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Belusa, Infantry, Philippine Army.
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the joint graduation ceremony of Basic and Advanced ROTC Cadets, school year 2021-2022, and Cadet Officer Qualifying Course COQC Class 01-2022, and turnover of command.
With our guests of honor and speaker, Assistant Commandant of Mariano Marcos State University ROTC Unit, Colonel Cesar Marlon M. Yadav, Philippine Army Reserve, together with the Mariano Marcos State University President, Dr. Shirley C. Agrupis, represented by the Vice President of Administration, Finance, and Business, Dr. Oscar M. Actawa, and Community Defense Center Director and Commandant, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Belusa, Infantry, Philippine Army. We are your masters of ceremony for today's event. I am Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Nifa G. Bermeo, First Class.
And I am Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Andrea Lisa May M. Gano, First Class.
As we begin the ceremony, all rise and direct your attention for the entrance of colors. Please remain standing as we take pride and give honor to our nation. The singing of national anthem will be led by Cadet Captain Angel Marie Granatuzzi, Second Class.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
And now to acknowledge the presence of God, may we have Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Diane Stephanie Calapao, First Class, to proceed at the stage for the invocation.
Let's bow down our head. Let's feel the presence of the Lord and pray. Lord, we thank you for waking us and for giving us this wonderful day. We thank you, Lord, for all the overflowing blessings, for your guidance and unfathomable love. We thank you for we have given the chance to gather here today and for making this event very successful. Without you, this is impossible. We thank you also, Lord, for our instructors who patiently and open-heartedly share their knowledge for us to gain learning and to everyone who is behind our success. God, you are the source of strength and hope. So may you give us the strength and allow us to enjoy every part of this event. We humbly ask, Lord, that by your blood, may you forgive and cleanse us from our sins. Renew us, Lord, and make us worthy to reside with you. I ask, Lord, that you may continue to bless and guide each and everyone who are here today. May you always protect us every day, Lord, and never let the enemy roam around us. May you help us to treasure in our heart and mind the knowledge we acquired from being a cadet officer. For this will serve as our weapon for the future. May you bless and guide us to our next journey and teach us to have more faith and remember that your plans are better than our plans. Lord, we commit to our lives and we give you all the glory, honor, and praises. We ask all of this in Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. To establish the mode of the program, let us welcome Tactical Officer NSTP Chief of Mariano Marquez State University, ROTC Unit, Second Lieutenant Reynold P. Young, Philippine Army Reserve, to deliver his words of welcome.
To our visionary university president of the Mariano Marcos State University, Dr. Shirley C. Agrupis, ably represented by Dr. Oscar Agpawa, the Vice President for Administration, Finance, and Business. Sir. To our guest of honor speaker, Colonel Cesar Marlon M. Yadaw, Philippine Army Retired, Assistant Commandant, Mmsu ROTC Batak Unit, sir. Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bolosan, Infantry, Philippine Army, Commandant of the MMSU ROTC Unit, and as well as the Director of the 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Philippine Army Reserve Command, sir. Lieutenant Colonel Frankster C. Ila, CA Philippine Army Reserve, Acting Battalion Commander of the 1st Ready Reserve Infantry Battalion, 1601st Ready Reserve Infantry Brigade, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Philippine Army Reserve Command, sir. First Lieutenant Harold A. Villanueva, Infantry, Philippine Army, Training Officer of the MMSU ROTC Unit, and Deputy Director of the 104th Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Philippine Army Reserve Command, sir. Training Officers and Staff of the MMSU ROTC Batak and Nawag units, graduate military assistants, other Ready Reserve Battalion officers and staff, advanced and basic ROTC cadets, parents, friends, ladies, and gentlemen, good morning. I take great pleasure in welcoming you all in this very important occasion, the joint graduation ceremony of basic and advanced ROTC cadets and cadet officer qualifying course, class 01-2022, and turnover of command. As our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, dubbed that the youth are the hope of our nation. They will be our future leaders, leaders who will lead in the betterment of the country as well as life of every Filipinos. against all odds and amidst the pandemic, the Mariano Marcos State University Reserve Officers Training Corps Unit conduct this special event to commend the volunteerism spirit of youth enjoying the ROTC program. In the previous years, in the start of the pandemic, we haven't conducted our opening as well as closing ceremonies of our OTC programs through face-to-face instead. It was implemented through virtual platform. So without any further ado, my heartfelt warm welcome to all of you in this joint graduation ceremony of basic and advanced ROTC cadets and cadet officer qualifying course class of 01-2022 and turnover of command.
Thank you, sir. And now, Practical Officer Mariano Marcos State University, ROTC Unit, First Lieutenant Ernesto A. Tagabilla, Senior Philippine Army Reserve, will now confer the reading of orders.
Attention to all orders. Headquarters, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Camp Lieutenant Tito B. Abad, Manawag, Pangasinan. General Orders Number 1, dated 26 July 2022. Declaration of Graduates. Pursuant to the provision of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Regulation Goal 310-021, General Headquarters, Armed Forces of the Philippines, dated 27 August 1985. The 51 Advanced ROTC Cadets of Mariano Marcos State University ROTC Unit, Lawag City, and Mariano Marcos State University, Batak ROTC Unit, after having been completed the requirements prescribed in the program of instructions set forth in the Advanced Reserve Officer Training Corps for school year 2021-2022, are declared graduates effective this date. By order of Colonel Bautista, official, signed, Major Roberto C. Agustin, Infantry Philippine Army, Executive Officer. Second Lieutenant Mark Anthony F. Abad, Infantry Philippine Army, Active Personnel Officer. Headquarters, 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army. Camp Captain Valentin S1, Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. General Orders Number 3, dated 26 July 2022. Declaration of Graduates. The 127 male and female basic ROTC cadets of Mariano Marcos State University, Lawag City ROTC Unit, and Mariano Marcos State University, Batak City ROTC Unit, after having been satisfactorily completed the prescribed program of instructions set forth in the Cadet Officers Qualifying Course, Class 01-2022, conducted from 19 February 2022 to 11 June 2022, are hereby declared graduates effective 26 February 2022. Signed, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry Philippine Army, Director. Headquarters, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army. Camp Lieutenant Tito B. Abad, Manawag, Pangasinan. General Orders Number 1, dated 26 July 2022. Declaration of Graduates. Pursuant to the provision of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Regulation Goal 310-021, General Headquarters, Armed Forces of the Philippines, dated 27 August 1985. The 1,017 basic ROTC cadets of Mariano Marcos State University, CIT, CTE ROTC Unit, Lawag City, and Mariano Marcos State University Batak ROTC unit, after having been completed the requirements prescribed in the program of instruction set forth in the Advanced Reserve Officer Training Corps for school year 2020-2021 are declared graduates effective this date by order of Colonel Bautista. Signed, Major Roberto C. Agustin, Infantry Philippine Army Executive Officer, and Second Lieutenant Mark Anthony F. Abad, Infantry Philippine Army Acting Personnel Officer.
At this time, Third Training Director First Lieutenant Harold A. Villanueva, Infantry Philippine Army, will now present the candidates for graduation of Advanced Cadet Officer Qualifying Course and Basic ROTC Cadets, and after which the declaration of candidates for graduation of Basic ROTC Cadets will do the honor by Committee Defense Director, Commandant of Mmsu ROTC Unit, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry Philippine Army.
To the Commandant of Mariano Marcos State University, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry Philippine Army, sir. As the Training Director of Mariano Marcos State University, I have the honor to present to you 51 Advanced Cadets, 127 Officer Candidates, and 117 Basic Cadets. Recommend, sir, that they will be graduate effective this day.
By the virtue of authority vested in me as the Commandant of Mariano Marcos State University, CIT, CTE, and Batak ROTC unit, I hereby declare the 51 Advanced ROTC Cadets, 127 Officer Candidates, and 1,017 Basic ROTC Cadets with the total strength of 1,195 cadets graduate effective this day. Congratulations sa inyo lahat.
Please be seated. To distribute the certificates and awards of cadets, may we request Colonel Cesar Marlon M. Yadaw, Philippine Army Retired, together with Dr. Shirley C. Agrubis, to be represented by the Vice President of Administration, Finance and Business, Dr. Oscar M. Magbawa, with Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry Philippine Army, and Second Lieutenant Reynold P. Young, Philippine Army Reserve, to do the honor.
And may we request Cadet Colonel Erwin A. Gangani, First Class, to receive the Certificate of Inbound for the Advanced Cadets, to be followed by Officer Candidate Kyla W. Third Class, to receive the Certificate of Inbound for CMUC Cadets, and Cadet Private Shara May S. Bala, Third Class, for Basic ROTC Cadets.
Headquarters, 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Camp Captain Valentin S1, Lawag City, Ilocos Norte, General Order Number 19, dated 26th of July 2022, Section 2, pursuant to Paragraph 15, Student Guidelines, Reserve Command, Philippine Army Training Center, dated 12th of May 1999, the outstanding students awarded Certificate of Merit are hereby awarded to, for graduating number 1 in the class of 127 with a general average of 91.91%. Officer Candidate Jackie Makadamdam, 3rd class. For graduating number 2 in the class of 127 with a general average of 90.76%, Officer Candidate Summer G. De Los Santos, 3rd class. For graduating number 3 in the class of 127 with a general average of 90.3%, Officer Candidate Leyna M. Morales, 3rd class. Section 3 Philippine Army Physical Proficiency Tarzan Award, Order of Bernardo Carpio. Pursuant to Student Regulation Headquarters Reserve Command, Philippine Army, dated 1st of June 1994, the Philippine Army Physical Proficiency Award, Order of Bernardo Carpio, is hereby awarded to Officer Candidate Nilo A. Cordova, Jr., 3rd class. For obtaining the highest rating in physical fitness test throughout the duration of the Cadet Officer Qualifying Course, Class 01-2022, conducted by 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, with a general average of 90%. Section 4, Philippine Army Physical Proficiency Award, Order of Gabriela Sila. Pursuant to Student Regulation Headquarters Reserve Command, Philippine Army, dated 1st of June 1994, the Philippine Army Physical Proficiency Award, Order of Gabriela Sila, is hereby awarded to Officer Candidate Leilani Viloria, 3rd class. For obtaining the highest rating in physical fitness tests throughout the duration of Cadet Officer Qualifying Course, Class 01-2022, conducted by 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, with a general average of 90%. By Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry, Philippine Army.
Headquarters, Mariano Marcos State University, Tawag City, ROTC Unit, 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Mata, Ilocos Norte. Certificate of Duty Award for having the best attendance and least demerits throughout the period of being an advanced cadet officer of the Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University, ROTC Unit, for school year 2021-2022. Given this 26th day of July 2022 on Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University, ROTC Unit, Batak, Ilocos Norte, is hereby awarded to Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Mark Anthony P. Ampawa, First Class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Bayan Stephanie A. Calapao, First Class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jomar M. Machas, First Class. Cadet Lieutenant Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jomar M. Machas, First Class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Zian Philip M. Pailma, First Class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Zeus Angelo M. Pailma, First Class. Signed by the Commandant of Mariano Marcos State University, ROTC Unit, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry, Philippine Army. Headquarters, 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Camp Captain Valentin S1, Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. Certificate of Duty Award for having the best attendance and least demerits throughout the period of being an officer candidate of Cadet Officer Qualifying Course CU2C Class 01-2022, conducted by 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army. Given this 26th day of July 2022 at Headquarters 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Camp Captain Valentin S1, Lawag City, Ilocos Norte, is hereby awarded to Officer Candidate Cedric M. Alba, 3rd Class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Kenneth John R. Albano, 3rd Class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Franklin G. Asuncion, 3rd Class. Same award goes to officer candidate Robert Chester A. Borja, 3rd class. Same award goes to officer candidate Kim Anthony Lindsay Butay, 3rd class. Same award goes to officer candidate King James A. Cabillan, 3rd class. Same award goes to officer candidate Nico Lee Catano, 3rd class. Same award goes to officer candidate Eric Joshua A. Calma, 3rd class. Same award goes to officer candidate Dana F. Morales, 3rd class. Same award goes to officer candidate Anthony N. Galere, 3rd class. Same award goes to officer candidate Kyla Marie R. De La Cruz, 3rd class. Same award goes to officer candidate Queen of Bianca Delphine, 3rd class. Same award goes to officer candidate Samuel G. De Los Santos, 3rd class. Same award goes to officer candidate Catherine G. Farinas, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Natalia T. Grospe, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Paul Reynald D. Imanes, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Kyla W. Sen, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Jackie Makadangdang, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Kate and D. Madrilino, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Stephen L. Manda, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Fred Martin Mancho, 3rd. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Mary Grace A. Yunes, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Mark Leo R. Pasqua, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Jetro E. Reyes, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Rian Charles Felipe Salva, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Mark Anthony A. Ubol, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Kaneshina Nicole G. Bisaya, 3rd class. And Officer Candidate Ruby T. Visitacion, 3rd class. Signed by Committee Defense Director Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry, Philippine Army.
Headquarters, Mariano Marcos State University, Lawag City, ROTC Unit 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Coqc City, Ilocos Norte. Certificate of Loyalty Award for having the most loyal, most obedient, and most helpful to the Department of Military Science and Tactics of Mariano Marcos State University, ROTC Unit, throughout the period of being an advanced cadet officer for school year 2021-2022, given this 26th day of July 2022 at Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University, ROTC Unit, Coqc City, Ilocos Norte, is hereby awarded to Cadet Colonel Care Adrian G. Ansok, 1st class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Mark Anthony B. Agpawa, 1st class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Andrea Liza May M. Gano, 1st class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Zia Philip M. Paima, 1st class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Paul de la Maya L. Atimas, 1st class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Johnson Ian M. Bataan, 1st class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Diane Sarah Lee Calapao, 1st class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Christian Noel Domingo, 1st class. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Julian R. Esposo, First Class. Cadet Colonel Erwin Hagan Gani, First Class.
Same award goes to Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Giano Major C.G. Pascual, First Class. Same award is awarded to Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Zeus Angelo M. Pailma, First Class. Same award is awarded to Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Gispa Borromeo, First Class. Same award is awarded to Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Desai L. Peralta, First Class. Same award goes to Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Nico S. Serrano, First Class.
Headquarters 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Captain Valentin S1, Coqc City, Ilocos Norte. Certificate of Loyalty Award for having the most loyal, most obedient, and most helpful to the Department of Military Science and Tactics of Mariano Marquez State University ROTC Unit throughout the period of being an officer. Class 01-2022 conducted by 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army. Given this 26th day of July 2022 at Headquarters 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Camp Captain Valentin S1, Lawag City, Ilocos Norte, is hereby awarded to Officer Candidate Sean Michael B. Acedo, 3rd Class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Rose Angelica B. Agawili, 3rd Class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Jessamine G. Altara, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Mark Zenrix P. Alvar, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Chloe Joy S. Balbas, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Dazzle S. Bardeloza, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Leyna M. Morales, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Summer G. De Los Santos, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Althea C. Farinas, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Rosal B. Torres, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Rachel C. Pailogna, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Tyla Jane S. Jeronimo, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Crystal Plain R. Gonzalo, 3rd class. Same award goes to Officer Candidate Kyla W. Jose, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Marlo Wayne A. Menzano, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Jackie Makatangdang, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Christine May M. Menor, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Julius B. Papo, 3rd class. Officer Candidate Charles John L. Villa, 3rd class. Signed, Community Defense Center Director and Commandant Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry, Philippine Army. Congratulations to all the graduates and awardees.
At this moment, Acting Battalion Commander Lieutenant Colonel Frankster Ila, Corps Engineer, Philippine Army Reserve, will now administer the oath-taking of newly reservists.
Nangyari sumunod sa ating bibig kasi, panunumpa sa katungkulan. Ako si, sabihin ang iyong rango at pangalan, na hiniran at itinalaga sa katungkulan bilang reservist ng 101st Ready Reserve Infantry Battalion, 16 First Ready Reserve Infantry Brigade, ay taimtim na nanunumpa na tutuparin ko ng buong husay at katapatan sa abot ng aking kakayahan ang mga tungkulin na naiyalang sa akin. Nagagampanan ko sa ilalim ng Republic Act 7077 na itataguyod ko ang mandato ng Reserve Force sa ilalim ng Reservist Act na mananalig at tatalima ako rito na susundin ang mga batas, mga kautosang legal at tungkuling pinairal na masadyang tinagda ng mga nakapangyayari sa akin. At kusa kong babalikatin ang pananagutang ito nang walang anumang pasubali o hangaring umiwas. Kasihan nawa ako ng Diyos. Congratulations.
As we now proceed to the turnover ceremony, the relief and designation order will be read by Tactical Officer First Lieutenant Ernesto A. Tagabilla Sr., Philippine Army Reserve.
Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University, CIT Office Unit, 101st Community Defense Center, 1st RCDG, Rescom Philippine Army, Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. 26 July 2022, General Order Number 13, Relief. Cadet Colonel Claire Adrian G. Anso, First Class, is relieved as Corps Commander of Mariano Marcos State University, College of Industrial Technology, College of Teacher Education, Reserve Officer Training Corps Unit, 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, effective this date. Designation: Cadet Major Freddy A. Atabay, Jr., Second Class, is designated as Corps Commander of Mariano Marcos State University College of Industrial Technology, College of Teacher Education, Reserve Officer Training Corps Unit, 101st Ilocos Norte Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, effective this date. Signed, the Commandant of Mariano Marcos State University, ROTC Unit, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulosan, Infantry, Philippine Army. Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University, Batak, ROTC Unit, 101st Community Defense Center, 1st RCDG, Rescom, Philippine Army, Batak City, Ilocos Norte. 26 July 2022, General Order Number 13, Relief. Cadet Colonel Erwin A. Gangani, First Class, is relieved as Corps Commander of Mariano Marcos State University, Batak Reserve Officer Training Corps Unit, 101st Ilocos Norte Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, effective this date. Designation: Cadet Major Rosana Ros J. Godoy. Second Class, is designated as Corps Commander of Mariano Marcos State University, Batak Reserve Officer Training Corps Unit, 101st Ilocos Norte Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, effective this date. Signed, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulosan, Infantry, Philippine Army, Commandant.
The outgoing Corps Commander of the WAG Mariano Marcos State University ROTC Unit, Cadet Colonel Care Adrian G. Ansok, First Class, will now give his remark before his relinquishment of command.
Before I formally read the relinquishment of command, I would like to extend my utmost thanks to our guest of honor speaker, Colonel Cesar Marlon Enyadaw, Assistant Commandant of Batak ROTC Unit. To our keynote speaker, Dr. Shirley C. Agrobis, our beloved President of Mariano Marcos State University, to be represented by Dr. N. Agpawa, Vice President of Administration, Finance and Business. To Lieutenant Colonel Erickson Bulosan, Infantry, Philippine Army, our Commandant of Mariano Marcos State University, Tawag and Batak ROTC Unit. To Lieutenant Colonel Braster C. Ina, Corps Engineer, Philippine Army Reserve, the Acting Battalion Commander of 1st Ready Reserve Infantry Battalion. Sir. To First Lieutenant Harold A. Villanueva, Infantry, Philippine Army, Deputy Director of 101st Community Defense Center. Sir. To Second Lieutenant Reynold P. Yang, 'Young, 'Philippine Army Reserve, and STP Chief of Mariano Marcos State University. To Second Lieutenant Reynold P. Yang, 'Young, 'Philippine Army Reserve, and STP Chief of Mariano Marcos State University. To Second Lieutenant Reynold P. Yang, 'Young, 'Philippine Army Reserve, and STP Chief of Mariano Marcos State University. sir, to all the training staff of ROTC unit and graduate military assistant, blessing us with their presence today. Allow me also to express my congratulations to my fellow advanced officers, officer candidates, and basic cadets for coming this far and celebrate our graduation under the ROTC program. Magandang araw sa ating lahat. Being the Corps Commander of the Lawag ROTC unit has been a great honor for me. Although hindi siya naging madali at alam ko hindi magiging madali kanino man. Walang madali sa programang ito. But the hardship is what makes us strive harder. It makes us stronger. It makes us what we are to be. Resilient youth, ready to serve in the name of our country. Nais kong pasalamatan ng aking staff at lahat ng tumulong sa akin sa panahon ng aking pamumuno. Ganun din sa lahat ng kadete na nag-train under my supervision. This role taught me a lot of things. To work under pressure, to manage my time well, and to be responsible. To my fellow graduates, hand in hand, let us continue to uphold the integrity of our ROTC program and make sure to give and apply everything we have learned. That being said, let me read the relinquishment of command. Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University, College of Industrial Technology, College of Teachers Education, Reserve Officer Training Corps Unit, 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. Dated 26th of July 2022, General Order Number 13. Relinquishment of Command. Pursuant to Section 1, General Orders Number 13, Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University, Lawag City, Reserve Officer Training Corps Unit, 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, dated 26th of July 2022, I hereby relinquish command of Mariano Marcos State University, Lawag ROTC Unit, effective this day. I sign in your presence.
And now, may we call on incoming Corps Commander of Lawag Mariano Marcos State University ROTC Unit, Cadet Captain Freddy A. Atabay, second class, for the assumption of command and to deliver his remark.
Before I read my assumption order, unang-una po sa lahat, nais kong batiin ang ating mga panauhing pandangal. Our guest of honor and speaker, Colonel Cesar Marlon M. Yadaw, Philippine Army retired, sir, Assistant Commandant of Mariano Marcos State University. The President of Mariano Marcos State University, Dr. Shirley C. Agropis, ma'am. Represented by Dr. Oscar M. Magpawa, sir. And to our acting battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel Prankster C. Ila, Corps of Engineering, Philippine Army Reserve, sir. To our Commandant, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulosan, Infantry Philippine Army, sir. To our Deputy Director, First Lieutenant Harold A. Villanueva, Infantry Philippine Army, sir. And to all tactical officers, graduate military assistant, advanced cadets, COQC cadets, and basic ROTC cadets, good morning. I, Cadet Captain Freddy Jr. Atabay, it is my pleasure to accept the challenging responsibility as a Corps Commander of Mmsu Lawag ROTC Unit. I will do the best of my ability to face all the challenges and to uphold the mission and vision of Mariano Marcos State University, Lawag ROTC Unit. But before that, I will request the full support of incoming advance so that we can do our duties and responsibilities of Mariano Marcos State University ROTC unit. Thank you. Now, may I read my assumption order. Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University CIT CTE ROTC unit. 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army. Tawag City, Locos Norte. Dated 26 of July 2022. General Order Number 13. Assumption of Command. Pursuant to Section 2. General Orders Number 13. Department of Military Science and Tactics. Mariano Marcos State University. Tawag City Reserve Officer Training Corps Unit. 101st Community Defense Center. 1st Regional Community Defense Group. Reserve Command, Philippine Army. Dated 26 of July 2022. I hereby assume command of Mariano Marcos State University. Lawag ROTC unit effective this day. I sign in your presence.
Lieutenant Colonel Archon Sibulisan, Infantry Philippine Army, to witness and preside the turnover of sword and unit banner. We shall witness the handover of the command. Symbol being handed over is the dilemma sword, a symbol of responsibility that goes with command and authority. The handover of command symbol represents the dynamism of Mariano Marcos State University, ROTC unit, Corps of Command.
Now let us proceed to the second part of relinquishment of command. May we request the outgoing Corps Commander Mariano Marcos State University, Batak ROTC Unit, Cadet Colonel Erwin A. Kangani, First Class, to deliver his remark.
May I read my reimbursement order. Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University, ROTC Unit, 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Batak City, Ilocos Norte. 26 July 2022, General Order Number 13, pursuant to Section 1, General Order Number 13, Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University, Reserve Officer Training Corps Unit, 101st Ilocos Norte Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army. Dated 26 July 2022, I hereby relinquish command of Mariano Marcos State University, Batak ROTC Unit, effective this day. I sign in your presence.
And now may we call on the incoming Corps Commander of Batak ROTC Unit, Cadet Captain Rosana Rose J. Godoy, second class, for the assumption of command and to deliver her remark.
Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University, Batak ROTC Unit, 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Batak City, Ilocos Norte, dated 26 July 2022. General Order Number 13, Assumption of Command. Pursuant to Section 2, General Order Number 13, Department of Military Science and Tactics, Mariano Marcos State University, Reserve Officer Training Corps Unit, 101st Ilocos Norte Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, dated 26 July 2022, I hereby assume command of Mariano Marcos State University, Batak ROTC Unit, effective this day. And I sign in your presence.
Again, may we request Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry Philippine Army, to witness and preside the turnover of sword and unit banner. Responsibilities of the outgoing commander are passed on the successor with the same standard of excellence and accepts the responsibility of stewardship of the Corps. The outgoing Corps commander will be Yan. Congratulations to both the immediate past and new commander.
A person who is fully acquainted to the Vice President of Administration, Finance, and Business of Mariano Marcos State University, NSTP Chief, and Tactical Officer, Second Lieutenant Reynold P. Young, Philippine Army Reserve, will now introduce our keynote speaker.
Good morning once again. It is my honor and privilege to introduce our keynote speaker for this activity. Our guest or our keynote speaker is a full-fledged professor and the current president of the Mariano Marcos State University. A seasoned public researcher, she has won a number of awards at the regional, national, and international levels. The most recent being the prestigious William Leader Research Leadership Award given by the Philippine Association of Research Managers. She was also awarded Most Outstanding Ilocano 2019 for varied achievement as an educational leader that helped uplift the life of Ilocanos. In 2020, she was awarded the Lingkod Bayan Award by the Civil Service Commission. As a research project leader, she steered various research projects on bioethanol funded by external agencies. The project eventually paved the way for establishment of the National Bioenergy Research and Innovation Center at Mmsu. Her team was awarded the Gantimpala Agad Award by the Civil Service Commission for their innovative and immediate response at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Prior to her presidency, she was Director for External Affairs and Partnerships of Mmsu. Her enthusiasm, vision, leadership as Director made Mmsu a magnet destination of DOST Balik scientists and visiting professors from international institutions. Her efforts led to the forging of international institutional partnerships that remain strong up to this day. Having obtained postgraduate education and training abroad, Japan, USA, and United Kingdom, internationalization ranks high in President's strategic agenda for Mmsu, dubbed as 7-point agenda to achieve. In the first 2 years of her presidency, she was able to steer the university to become ISO certified for all processes and to be a 3-star university in the QS stars rating system. Mmsu likewise leveled up in its institutional accreditation in AACU. She is a member of the CHED technical working groups and the 7th cycle implementation of NBC 461 and formulation of criteria in the evaluation and leveling of state universities and colleges, as well as the PASOK platform for innovations or innovating SUCs for industry committee and a special task force created by USAID STRIDE to formulate and assist universities in mapping out strategic trust and pathways toward excellence in research and innovation. A BS Biology alumna, graduated as cum laude of the College of Arts and Sciences at Mmsu. Our keynote speaker is the first Mmsu graduate to be the president of her alma mater. She obtained her Master of Science major in Plant Morphoanatomy and Physiology from the University of the Philippines at Los Baños and her Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural Sciences from the United Graduate School of Agricultural Science, Gifu University, Shizuoka University campus in Japan. She is a multi-awarded president, obtaining awards in the areas of research, both as researcher and as a manager and public service. On July 15, 2021, the MMSU Board of Regents unanimously approved her reappointment and is now serving her second term as university president. Ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker for this morning activity, the President of the Mariano Marcos State University, Dr. Shirley Castañeda Agrupis, ably represented by Dr. Oscar M. Alpawa, the Vice President for Administration, Finance, and Business.
Is seated. Our guest of honor speaker, Colonel Cesar Marlon M. Yadaw, Philippine Army Retired, Assistant Commandant, Mmsu ROTC Batak Unit, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry Philippine Army, Commandant, Mmsu ROTC Batak and Tawag Units, and Director of the 101st Ilocos Norte Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Philippine Army Reserve Command, Lieutenant Colonel Franster C. Ila, Civil Engineer, Philippine Army Reserve, Acting Battalion Commander, 1st Ilocos Norte Ready Reserve Infantry Battalion, 1601st Ready Reserve Infantry Brigade, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Philippine Army Reserve Command, 1st Lieutenant Harold A. Villanueva, Infantry, Philippine Army, Training Officer, Mmsu ROTC Unit, and Deputy Director of the 101st Ilocos Norte Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Philippine Army Reserve Command. Of course, Second Lieutenant Reynold Yang, who have always been coming to me as then the Director of Finance to support the ROTC unit of Mariano Marcos State University. I used to hold the first of the university. That's the reason why people come to me. Training officers and staff of the Mmsu ROTC Batak and Nawag units, graduate military assistants, other ready reserve battalion officers and staff, advanced and basic ROTC cadets. If there are parents here, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. I am elated by this number that I see right now, and the pronouncement of the country's president for mandatory ROTC. I cannot help to reminisce my ROTC days. And modesty aside, I graduated on top of my basic ROTC class way back in 1978 and passed the AFP General Classification Test in the same year, landing number 4 out of 8 passers in that batch. So I am one of you, ladies and gentlemen. It is in the ROTC that I developed that kind of discipline and physical stamina that at 62, look at me, I'm already 62, I still run middle distances. And the latest fun run that I joined was at ASCO SN, only last July 21. Whenever I set my foot in a race, I remember those good old days in the ROTC unit of the One-Word College of Lawag that every Tuesday morning, I do not miss the early morning jog. And from the 3-kilometer point, we went as far as 7-8 with the main Springfield rifle. I do not know if you have experienced that, carrying a rifle while you are jogging. And my classmate then, who was at one time your inspector in Diraati, General Jonathan Ponce. She was my classmate in the basic ROTC who went on to the advance. But during the Diraati, I used to tease him. I am on top of my class. She were just bad. I do not know what number are you in that class. So we were laughing together. But of course, he retired as a brigadier general. And correct me, Colonel Yadaw, if it is still true today that after your retirement, you are being promoted one rank. So I have had some classmates also in the elementary General Richard Albano, who actually also retired. And they were my contemporaries during those good old days. So, may I continue as far as I am concerned with the ROTC. Can you still memorize the meaning of discipline? Because that discipline that I have memorized by heart ever since my C80, that is in the fourth year high school, or what we call them the citizen army training, then went on to my ROTC. I have that. I kept that in my heart. So I'm just wondering if you can still memorize that meaning of discipline. Discipline is the state of order and obedience existing within a command. It involves the ready subordination of an individual for the good of the group. I do not know, Colonel Yadav, if that is still the meaning of discipline at this point in time. But I kept it in my heart. That is why I can memorize it. And that actually carried me this far, that at 62 years old, I met with the Mariano Marcos State University. And is still being bothered by Lieutenant Yang regarding that of the finances of their ROTC. I will stay here probably until the age of 65 if plans don't miscarry. So it is my privilege to participate and join you personally in this momentous ceremony and to extend my congratulations to all of you who today become graduates of this University Reserve Officer Training Corps. With all the limitations resulted by the COVID-19 pandemic, this is the first official face-to-face activity of the Mmsu ROTC unit. For the previous graduation, we have only conducted through virtual platform. Your graduation in the ROTC program is not the end of your journey as a youth and a citizen of this nation. Your trainings will serve as your strength and shield in facing the responsibility as a Filipino citizen. Colonel Ponce was telling me, are you ready to go to Stratlist or to Masinloc regarding that of that territory of ours being now possessed by the Chinese? I was telling him, of course I am, and I will. The youth has a vital role in nation building. The ideals of patriotism, nationalism, and involvement both in public and civic affairs. Joining the Mmsu ROTC program is no easy task. It requires physical and mental alertness in the training. The ROTC empowers the youth, and this can be explained with three principles. First, ROTC trains leaders through principles. The training staff, vigorous and remarkable. The bravery and confidence instilled in the minds of our youth contribute to the stability under pressure in making decisions. Second, ROTC builds discipline and character. Cadets train together as a whole. It brings out the spirit of unity. It represents an army of champions leading the path for development. Lastly, ROTC empowers by giving the chance and opportunity to serve the people. ROTC encourages civil-military operations, which brings the armed forces of the Philippines closer to the people. Cadets actively participate in activities such as relief operations, medical mission, tree planting, cleanup drives, and many more. In this, we can see initiative and volunteerism. The youth is indeed a powerful component of the community. This is what ROTC offers to every young heart and mind. That is the opportunity to serve and to make a difference. Yes, I repeat, you have to make a difference. The Mariano Marcos State University takes pride in you and what you have done. We are proud of your learning. We are proud of your courage. We are proud of your commitment. You are worthy successors of the history and ideas that course through this building, and I am pleased to extend to you, on behalf of Mmsu, my best wishes for the future, and my most heartfelt congratulations. Thank you very much on behalf of the University President.
Thank you very much, sir, for your motivational and inspiring message.
To the other leader, identify the qualities of a person that is tough and uneasy. Community Defense Director, Commandant of Mmsu ROTC Unit, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry Philippine Army, will do the honor and make introduction to our guest of honor and speaker.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Sir, before I will introduce our guest of honor and speaker. Allow me to give ang napakaiksing remarks ko at pagpapasalamat sa lahat ng mga bumuo at tumulong sa tagumpay ng ROTC sa taong ito. Una ay nais kong iparating ang pasasalamat sa ating University President, Dr. Shirley Agropis, at ang kanyang mga staff at lahat ng bumubuo sa administrasyon ng Mariano Marcos State University, including ang Data Center College of the Philippines na siya affiliated naman sa Mariano Marcos ROTC Lawag. Maraming salamat sa inyo, sir. Of course, nandito ang ating Vice President of Administration, Finance and Business, Dr. Oscar Agpawa, sir. Maraming salamat, lalong-lalo na sa mga releases ninyo para sa support sa ating ROTC unit at sa suporta at walang humpay na tulong ng ating NSTP Director, at the same time concurrent as ROTC Coordinator ng Mariano Marcos State University, Second Lieutenant Reynold Yang. Maraming salamat po. And malapit nang maging major kasi magpa-process na kanyang readjustment of rank dahil graduate na siya ng masters. Magkabats para kami sa masters, pero hindi ako dito sa Mmsu nag-masters. Dito ka ba nag-masters po? Doon ako sa Lyceum, doon sa Dagupan. At gusto kong pasalamatan ang ating training staff ng Mariano Marcos State University ROTC Unit na sa pamumuno ng mga assistant commandant. Katuwang natin dito ang mga assistant commandant dito sa Mariano Marcos State University Batat ROTC Unit, ang ating guest speaker ngayon na aking i-introduce ngayong umaga. Ang assistant commandant ng Mariano Marcos State University Lawag Campus, kasama na dito ang Data Center College of the Philippines ROTC affiliated, si Lieutenant Harold Villanueva, ang aking deputy. Palampakan naman yun para mawala yung antong. Kasi ang task ko is mag-introduce na guest speaker, pero hindi ko pinapalampas ang mga pagkakataon na ganito upang pasalamatan ang ating mga kasamahan na nagsumikap, nagsakripisyo para may pagtagumpay natin ang ganitong mga programa, ang ROTC program. Of course, nagtrabaho, voluntaryo, walang pinipiling oras kahit tawagan namin sila. Kahit wala kaming maraming suporta, of course meron namang konti, pero hindi sasapat yun para maging suporta sa kanila. Lahat ng mga tactical officers ng Mariano Marcos ROTC unit, nandito si Lieutenant Ernesto Tagabilla. Of course, hindi pang nandito. ang mga graduate military assistant, alam nyo, kung kami ay nagsasakripisyo, sila ay mas maraming sakripisyo sa inyo. Kaya palakpakan natin, tumayo nga yung mga GLA natin. Tumayo kayo lahat. Yan. Sila ang totoong maraming sakripisyo. Una, para sa kaalaman ninyong lahat, wala silang sahod. Wala silang sahod. Actually, meron namang konting honorarium, pero kung tutuusin, sa gasolina pa lang ng motorsiklo nila o kaya pamasahe nila, ay hindi nasasapat yun. At sa totoo lang, kapag ka pagkarinig ko kahapon yung zona ni President Bongbong Marcos, ay natuwa ako. At pinaparevisit niya ang NSTP law at implementation ng ROTC. Kaya mapalad kayo dahil natapos na ang basic military, citizens military training ninyo. Kasi ang mga rekomendasyon namin, yung mga kaedad ninyo ay baka ihabol pa sa BCNT. Hindi na siguro sa ROTC, kundi magkaroon na sila ng basic citizen military training na dire-diretso yun, 45 days. Kayo, kung natapos na ang ROTC ninyo, pangiti-ngiti na lang kayo. Kaya palakpakan nyo lang. At of course, narinig ko kahapon ang kanyang sinabi na revisit the NSTP law. Kaya ang isa sa mga naiisip ko na magiging research paper para ipasa natin sa taas ay yung tignan naman nila ang insentibo ng mga graduate military assistants. Kasi high school, senior high school na yung magiging ROTC. So, halos lahat kayo na mga first class ngayon ay baka ma-utilize as graduate military assistants sa mga private and public high schools. Kaya, yayaman kayo ay nagtaas na ng kamay at nanumpa sa katapatan sa ating saligang batas bilang member ng Reserve Force ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Alam nyo, tayo pa lang ang gumagawa nito na pagka-graduate ay nanunumpa na kayo as member of the Reserve Force. You are already incorporated sa Reserve Force ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Inaantay na lang natin yung serial number ninyo. Para sa kaalaman ninyo, lahat kayo na graduate ng basic ROTC ay kasama na kayo sa Reserve Force, member na kayo ng Reserve Force ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Kasi kami, nung graduate kami, hindi namin alam. Pero alam ko, may rank ko na ako, may serial number na ako, kaya ngayon sa summary of information o kaya yung parang biodata namin sa Armed Forces, yun yung pinakaunang award ko as member ng Reserve Force noong 1999. Kaya nagkaroon ako ng triple military merit medal kasi nag-attend kami ang participants doon sa AFP anniversary noong 1999. Kaya nakapasok ako sa Armed Forces 2002 pero meron na akong award ng 1999 because member na pala ako ng Reindeer Reserve Infantry Battalion noon. Kaya gentlemen and ladies na nandito, tandaan ninyo, kayo ay member na ng Reserve Force ng Armed Forces of the Philippines because you completed the training, the basic citizen military training under the ROTC program. Baka hindi nyo pa alam. Kaya, welcome sa Armed Forces of the Philippines. Mapalad kayo, ika nga, sabi ko nga kanina, dahil member na kayo ng Reserve Force. At tapos nyo na ang basic citizen military training under ng ROTC program. Kaya pagka in-implementa yung bagong batas, ay asahan namin kayo, lalong-lalo na yung mga nasa teaching force. Pagka pumasok na kayo, bilang mga guro ng high school, lalo-lalo na yung high school, mga nasa high school level, ay sisiguraduhin namin sa inyo na kasama kayo sa magiging member of faculty o training staff ng ROTC na i-implement pagka narabisa na ang ating batas sa MSTP. So, welcome everyone. At maraming salamat sa inyo at dumating kayo ngayon, dumalo kayo. Sabi ko nga, kapag hindi dumalo ay walang certificate. Kung walang valid reason. Kasi nga, kailangan ipakita natin yung disiplina natin as member of the reserve force. Ngayon, wala na kayo sa pangangalaga, lalo-lalo itong mga basic. Pero kung kayo naman ay gustong magtuloy at naengganyo kayo dahil pwede palang mag-advance ROTC, yung mga hindi mag-advance, kayo, mga basic ROTC kayo, mga private ang ranks ninyo sa Radio Reserve Force, ang unit ninyo ngayon ay yung 101st Radio Reserve or Ilocos Norte Radio Reserve Infantry Battalion. Ang battalion commander ninyo si Lieutenant Colonel Frances Cerdila. Yan ang ating bagong battalion commander ninyo. Wala na kayo sa pangangalaga ng MMSU ROTC kasi graduate na kayo. Pero kung mag-advance kayo, ay tuloy-tuloy pa rin na nasa MMSU ROTC unit pa rin kayo. Baka gusto ninyo, pwede pang humabol itong mga basic na mag-advance, open. At nine-negotiate ko ang Philippine Army para pumunta dito sa Ilocos Norte. Maybe, kung papayagan tayo ng administrasyon ng LMSU, ay dito natin mismo ikakandak yung EFP battery test o yung aptitude test. Yun yung magiging entrance examination para ma-qualify kayo to enter in the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Ilalapit na namin dito sa Ilocos Norte. Hindi na kayo kailangan pumunta sa Manila. Ang recruitment ng Philippine Army ay dadalhin namin dito in coordination with the Headquarters Philippine Army para yung mga gustong magsundalo na ay pwede na silang pumasok sa Philippine Army. So yun ang aming mga pinaplano, yung ating mga gustong gawin dito sa Ilocos Norte habang ako ang director ng 101st Community Defense Center. So maraming salamat sa inyo. Ang sa mga ROTC cadets ngayon ay mga bagong privates ng Radio Reserve Philippine Army. Welcome. Kasi ang 101st Radio Reserve Infantry Battalion ay nasa ilalim ito ng administration ng 101 Community Defense Center. So ang administrator ng 101st Radio Reserve Infantry Battalion ay kami po. Kami na nasa 101st Community Defense Center. Kaya tayo pa rin ang magtulong-tulong at sama-sama sa paninilbihan sa ating mga kababayan. And of course, sa mga Corps Commander na outgoing, maraming salamat sa mga serbisyo ninyo. At sana ay alalayan nyo pa itong mga successor ninyo. At narinig nyo naman, successor, itong mga bagong Corps Commander ng MMSU Batak and Lawag. Siguro first time na magkaroon ng Corps Commander na babae. History ba? First time? Hindi naman. Parang first time eh. Kasi dadalawa lang yung second class dito sa Batak. Tama. Dadalawa lang. Dalawang babae lang. Kaya na-board ito, binoard namin ito. Yung pagpili sa mga Corps Commander, hindi na kagaya dati na turo-turo lang. Binoard natin ito. Nagdumaan ito sa selection board. Kaya sana itong mga Corps Commander natin ay manilbihan kayo na bilang Corps Commander. And now, pupunta na ako sa aking main task. My task is to introduce to you our guest speaker, Our guest speaker was born on 11 February 1965 at Sinai, Ilocos. After he graduated in Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Education at Mariano Marcos State University, Batak, he took up the Officer Candidate course at Officer Candidate School Training and Doctrine Command, Philippine Army, and commissioned as regular officer of the Philippine Army. Our guest speaker also undergone various military schoolings and trainings, to mention a few: Special Forces Operation Course, Basic Airborne Course, Special Operations Team, Parachute Packing and Riggers Course, Scuba Diving Course, Jump Master Course, and Vision Planning for RPUS Exercise Vector Ballast Piston 2001, both taken at 1st Battalion, 1st Special Forces Group, United States Army in Okinawa, Japan. U.S. Combat Divers Qualification course conducted by the MTT Alpha 1st Battalion, 1st Special Forces Group, Airborne, U.S. Army at Subic Bay, Olongapo City. ROTC Commandant Course, Military Induction Training Course, taken at Military Training Cell, MINUSTA Port-au-Prince, Haiti Global Maritime Security Force Assistance. Symposium taken at Naval Craft Instructions and Technical School in New Orleans, Louisiana, USA, or United States of America. Joint Program of Instructions for Police Senior Officer, Executive Course, and Command and General Staff Course at AFP Command and General Staff Course. He is a recipient of numerous awards such as Bronze Force Medal, United Nations Medal, and Press Freedom Award from the Philippine Media, and many more. Former Battalion Commander of the 51st Infantry Fuerte-Ono Battalion. Ito yung magkasama na kami doon sa Lanao del Norte and del Sur, so sa Mindanao. Siya yung Battalion Commander, ako naman yung Intelligence Officer ng Brigade. So marami kaming pinagsamahan ni Sir doon. At talagang bumani siya ng napakaraming mga accomplishment doon. At siya yung kauna-unahang battalion commander na yung mga magkakapatid doon, magkakamag-anak, Rido, family feud, naglalaban-laban sila. Talaga pinahinto niya yon. At napakaraming mga firearms, high-powered firearms ang na-recover niya noong pinahinto. Kasi doon, para magkaroon kayo ng konting ma-figure out dito, doon, yung Lanao del Norte del Sur road papunta dun sa North Cotabato, nagsasara yun kapag ka nag-aaway-aaway yung mga magkarito doon, mga politicians, kung magbabakbakan sila. Kaya ang order ng aming Brigade Commander noon then, Colonel Ricardo Bisaya, naging Chief of Staff ng Armed Forces of the Philippines, si General Bisaya, sabi niya sa kanya, dinig na dinig ko yung instruction niya. Marlon, gusto ko within 24 hours mabuksan yung highway papuntang Cotabato in and out. So ginawa niya yon. Hindi nga 24 hours, napakabilis ang ginawa ni Sir. Kaya doon bumili ang Philippine Army sa kanyang decision, doon sa kanyang strategy as battalion commander. Palakpakan natin ang ating speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to present to you our guest speaker. Actually, yung kanyang pagiging assistant commandant ngayon dito sa Mmsu ROTC Batak ay passion na lang niya. Kasi talagang nagretiro siya sa Armed Forces with napakaraming mga awards and decorations and accomplishments sa Philippine Army and even in the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker, Colonel Cesar Marlon M. Yadaw, Philippine Army.
Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. First off, I would like to greet our beloved President of Mariano Marcos State University, Dr. Shirley Agropis, ably represented by Dr. Oscar M. Agpawa, Vice President for Administration, Finance, and Business. Sir. Of course, I would like to recognize yung masipag nating Commandant ng ROTC unit ng Batak, Mmsu, Lawag, and Data Center, Lieutenant Colonel Eric Bulusan, Infantry, Philippine Army. Si Eric, nabanggit na kanina, we were together with 104th Infantry Brigade, 1st Infantry Tabak Division in Lanao del Sur and Lanao del Norte. So, our brigade commander then is an Ilocano, si then Colonel Ricardo Bisaya from Bacara, Ilocos Norte. Snappy, one of the snappiest officer of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, si Eric, and I hope that he will be retained as commandant. But of course, meron tayong career path na sinusunod sa Armed Forces of the Philippines na kailangan natin i-balance yung placement, assignment, para sa ganoon ay there is an improvement of his military career as an officer of the Philippine Army. So I hope that si Eric magtagal pa dito, but of course the decision of the Philippine Army, baga mag-ispunin siya ng AFP Command and General Staff Force. Yung AFP Command and General Staff Force kasi, kinakandak ng AFP Command and General Staff College at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo. So yun yung pinaka-highest military schooling ng isang officer, senior officer like him. Para sa ganon, ma-qualify siya to become a battalion commander after his graduation. Anyway, of course, I would like also to recognize the presence of Second Lieutenant Reynold Dian, one of the instructors ng CAF-SD, College of Agriculture, Food and Sustainable Development, and at the same time, he is the NSTP Chief, and of course, Tactical Officer of ROTC ng Batak, Ilocos Norte, natin dito. Much more, I would like also to acknowledge the presence of Lieutenant Colonel Frankster Ila, Philippine Army retired. Kasama ko si Frankster before. In 1986 kami nag-graduate. I graduated from here in college 1986. Sumunod din si Frankster. Ito na yung huli naming Department of Military Science and Tactics. So, that was 1986, graduate ako ng college. Kasama ko siya, and he was then the Battalion S3 or parang Corps S3 ng aming ROTC Cadet Corps. Frank, nice to see you again here at Batak. Of course, I would like also to greet the presence of a very energetic at masipag na Assistant Commandant, First Lieutenant Harold Villanueva. So, if not, this is time. Thank you. And Sergeant Ador Cacacho, Signal Corps, Philippine Army. Siya yung admin and CEO at the same time for Sergeant ng 101st Community Defense Center. Nandun pala sa likod, so busy siya doon. Sergeant Omni Rabanal, Philippine Army Reserve, GMA Batak. Sergeant Marvin Tabara, Reserve, GMA Batak. Of course, huwag natin kalimutan yung mga masisipag nating tactical officers ng and graduate military assistants. Si First Lieutenant Velasco, Philippine Army, he was not able to make it, but of course, tumutulong sa atin para sa ating mga ROTC cadets. First Lieutenant Ernesto Tagabila, Philippine Army Reserve. Dito ba? Diyan. First Lieutenant Rosel Bangat, Philippine Army Reserve. Tactical Officer ng ROTC Lawag. Sergeant Mario Malaki, Infantry, Philippine Army Reserve. Tactical Officer ng Lawag. Sergeant Diviston J. Verdadero, Philippine Army Reserve. J. Lawag. Sergeant Mark Vivian G. Walo, Philippine Army Reserve. Jerry Lawag, Sergeant Ibon Bartolome, Philippine Army. Jerry Lawag, Sergeant Rod Christian D. Ramos, Philippine Army Reserve. Of course, sa ating mga past and present ROTC Corps of Cadets. So, na-mention na kayo kanina, it was mentioned by our two guests kanina na sinabi nila tungkol doon sa ROTC program. So, the focus of my speech will be more on military leadership. Para sa ganon, ito na rin yung pagkakataon na parang lecture ninyo. I hope that sa ating mga ROTC cadets, thank you very much at pinili nyo na kunin ito. And it is timely. During the persona of our President, hindi ko na ulitin na gusto niyang i-revisit yung National Service Training Program ng ating bansa. Upang sa ganon, itong mga grades 11 and 12 ng senior high school will undergo the mandatory ROTC program. And of course, ang ating bisita, while talking to him kanina, nabanggit niya na marami siyang mga iwas din. Because familiar din siya sa akin. So, itong college of, itong si Bea ngayon, before, it was the, under siya ng CAS pa siya, no? CAS, o BSBA ba yung college na? So, wala pang si Bea, I think, no? Wala pa. So, si Sir, he is also an ROTC graduate. So, of course, ang importante dito, yung focus natin. But don't forget to prioritize your academics requirement. Of course, ROTC is part of that. But pagbutihin nyo yung pag-aaral nyo because alam natin, baka someday, one of these university will produce a Commanding General Philippine Army, diba Eric? A Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. So, in other countries, maraming mga programs. It is mandatory for them. US, Australia, United Kingdom, South Korea, Israel, among others, it is a mandatory for all college students to take up the ROTC program. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and privilege as your guest of honor speaker for the joint graduation ceremonies of basic and advanced ROTC cadet for school year 2021 and 2022, the formal opening of the Cadet Officer Qualifying Course or COCC, Class 01-2022, and the turnover command ceremony of the incoming and outgoing ROTC Cadet Corps of this university. Ladies and gentlemen, to be part of this momentous occasion is indeed meaningful as I join the representative of our beloved President Dr. Shelia Grupis, and of course the presence of Dr. Apawa, and all the officers and men of the 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command Philippine Army, and all reservists sakop ng 101 CTC. Ladies and gentlemen, Army Reserve Officers Training Corps, or ROTC, is a program for pre-commissioned officer education and training that students can be involved in during their years in college. ROTC is one of the best trainings in the country and is part of your curriculum. During your ROTC training and classes, there is a leadership laboratories, physical training, and field training exercises. Alam nyo, I hope that it is timely na i-revisit talaga yung program of instructions and curriculum ng ating ROTC para bigyan ng laman. Of course, kasama dyan yung mga military subjects, humanitarian assistance training, but i-emphasize na natin yung physical training and field training exercises kasi mas madali kang matuto dito. With this, ladies and gentlemen, you will learn firsthand what it takes to lead others. Diba? Matuto tayo pag meron tayong mga field training exercises or FTX, motivate groups, and the likes. When I joined the ROTC and took up the Military Science 43, known as Summer Camp Training in Camp Tito Abad in Pangasinan, I had no idea what to expect. I figured that it would be mostly the morning workouts and classroom instructions. But our BWAC, or field training exercises, changed my mindset about that. Not only did we get to shoot a variety of weapons, but we went through obstacle courses, river crossing, and rappel tower, which was a challenge for those who have a fear of heights. Looking back on it, the field training exercise has been one of the most interesting and valuable experiences of my life as an ROTC cadet officer of this prestigious university, Mariano Marcos State University. If I was not part of ROTC, I would never reach my dream in becoming an Army officer in the Armed Forces of the Philippines. And before I retired, I was the Chief of Staff of the Headquarters Support Group Philippine Army for 1 year prior to my retirement. The Armed Forces of the Philippines doctrines anchors military leadership on expertise in the conduct of war, inspiring and commanding men, and focusing what makes men obey their commanders. This efforts focuses especially on how a unit sets out to accomplish a battle plan through the eyes of its leader. This will be explained through specific individuals who made a mark at each level of tactical, organizational, and strategic commands. Ladies and gentlemen, the objective of leadership is the same at all levels, but the purpose of leadership varies. Let me give you an example. At the tactical level, sinong nakakalam dito, ano ang gagawin ng isang sundalo at tactical level? You kill the enemy, di ba? Tactically. Climb the mountain or cross the river. At the operational level, you make the system right. So, of course, the higher quarters na to sa Philippine Army. Motivate people and to be concerned with the people's training, health, family, in the unit's cohesion. While at the strategic level, ito yung sa Department of National Defense, Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City, and TFC, the focus is on nation, the national interest of our country. Alam nyo, sabihin natin na lang, in our lingo, palagi tayong binubuli ng China. So kailangan natin palakasin talaga yung reserve force. Mas marami dapat ang reserve component kaysa sa active. So, aligning with the legislative agenda of our President, kailangan natin talaga na palakasin. Bigyan natin ng laman yung training program ng ROTC. Upang sa ganon, we can protect our territorial integrity. Itong exclusive economic zone natin. Kasi tayo archipelagic country na tayo. While the military leaders are the product of the organizational procedures of selection, importante yan, training, placement, and promotion, or there is a four letters na kailangan natin malaman sa organization ng Army, yung STPP. Selection, training, placement, and promotion. Yung placement kasi assignment yan eh. So kung mabigyan ka ng assignment, for example, ako, tapos na ako mag-battalion commander, so my next assignment para ma-promote ako na one-star general, kailangan ma-designate ako na brigade commander, ganun yun. So, that is placement. Kung na yun, tapos ka ng schooling, but importante kasi yung placement. One of the requirements for promotion. Each unit commander is shaped by his own personal background. Importante nito. Service reputation and achievements that can make or unmake him as a leader. The convergence of such paths is what characterizes the collective Philippine Army today. So, let me give you two stories. Dati kong battalion commander, naging commanding general Philippine Army. Sabi niya, there are no lousy soldiers, only lousy leaders, declared by Lieutenant General Arturo D. Ortiz. He is a former commanding general of the Philippine Army in a Medal of Valor awardee, stressing that taking care of the men includes being focused on the mission and maintaining the competence required to carry it out. Concerning himself with the welfare of his troops by executing thoroughly researched and well-planned mission, enabled him to capture an NPA training camp in Murcia, with Cross Occidental, with only a slight wounding of one of his men against the overwhelming number of NPA guerrillas. Talagay ko, nabasa na niyo ito. So try to look at the Philippine history. Makikita doon si General Ortiz. Then, Captain siya noon, niraid niya yung camp ng NPA. So, he killed almost 100. Isa lang yung wounded na kasama ng slide. So, ganun, kagaling itong naging commanding general of the Philippine Army natin, si Lieutenant General Arturo D. Ortiz. He was then my battalion commander when I was a company commander ng 22nd Special Forces Company. Nasa Tarlac siya, yun ang battalion headquarters namin. I was then at Pasukin, Ilocos Norte, doon sa Sulungan. Alam ko yan ni Eric. Sa Tadaw ako na-destino noon when I was in second lieutenant. Another story is the excitement of being the ground commander of my unit as the main effort was overwhelming. This is what then Captain Cherilito Subihana felt as platoon leader when he faced overwhelming Abu Sayyaf group terrorists in Basilan. Ito yung Operation Thunderbolt that led to his recognition also with the AFP Medal of Valor. So itong mga living heroes natin, nade-develop yung leadership nila, hindi lang sa training, but of course, importante yan. So, nagpapasalamat ako sa inyo na you took up this course or training para sa ganon, because you will be a next leader of our country. So in essence, ladies and gentlemen, military leadership is the practice of influencing soldiers towards the accomplishment of a mission. While this generally describe leadership at the tactical level, these concepts are also relevant in operational and strategic levels. In the foregoing leadership experiences of two officers na nabanggit ko kanina, the military leaders had innate strengths that were established since childhood as experienced in the face of adversity or street smarts or growing up in a carefully structured environment with their own distinct personality traits. Each leader sought to hold together the factors of situation and communication by shaping the mindset of their men, as well as using their professional capabilities to shape the external environment. Moreover, with the evolving trend on the changing roles of the army forces worldwide, our Philippine Army is professed to have moved away from its traditional role of warfighting. The Army's jurisdiction is perceived to be more of crisis management and multiplicity roles rather than customary specific threat-based role given to the military sector of public governance. Nevertheless, there is compelling reason to maintain competencies in warfighting as the basic requirement for force relevance. Among the best reasons for this is the archipelagic nature of our country, as well as the changing face of conflict in the world because of sophistication of threats to our national security, as I mentioned earlier. In crossroads of our history as a nation, the military was the factor to reckon with. If all militaries all over the world have had a swing role, it is primarily because of the distinct monopoly on the use of force. In practicality, all cases, ladies and gentlemen, as in the primitive era, God Almighty is always the centerpiece of combat operations, military campaigns, and all activities that have strategic implications. This is reinforced by the burning desire to free the country and the people from all kinds of oppression. For God, country, and people. Mabuhay ang Mariano Marcos State University. Mabuhay ang Reserve Command Philippine Army. Mabuhay ang ROTC. Mabuhay tayong lahat. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing with us your experience, knowledge, and your beyond yet incomparable message.
May we formally ask Colonel Cesar Marlon M. Yadaw, Philippine Army retired, together with the Mariano Marcos State University President Dr. Shirley C. Agrupis, represented by the Vice President of Administration, Finance, and Business, Dr. Oscar M. Angpawa, and Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry Philippine Army, to receive the token of appreciation. Allow me to read the certificate of appreciation. This headquarters 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command Philippine Army, Captain Valentin S1, Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. This certificate of appreciation is hereby given to Colonel Cesar Marlon M. Yadaw, Philippine Army retired, Assistant Commandant of Mariano Marcos State University, Batak ROTC Unit, in grateful recognition for its unwavering support rendered to 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command Philippine Army, as guest of honor and speaker during the conduct of graduation ceremony of basic and advanced ROTC cadets, school year 2021-2022, and cadet qualifying course class 01-2022, and turnover of command of Mariano Marcos State University, Batak ROTC Unit, and Mariano Marcos State University, CIT CTE ROTC Unit, held at Mariano Marcos State University, Covered Court, Batac City, Ilocos Norte, on 26th of July 2022, given this 26th day of July 2022 at headquarters 101st Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group, Reserve Command, Philippine Army, Captain Valentin S1, Tawag City, Ilocos Norte. Signed, Lieutenant Colonel Erickson C. Bulusan, Infantry, Philippine Army.
And now for the closing remark, may we invite everyone to stand for the singing of Pilipinas Kong Mahal.
Ang bayan ko'y naritaw, Pilipinas kong mahal, ang puso ko at buhay man sa iyo'y ibibigay. Tungkulin mo'y gagampanan na lagi kang maglingkuran. Alay ako'y papantayan, Pilipinas kong ina.
That concludes our joint ceremony. From all of us from the Mariano Marcos State University ROTC unit, thank you to everyone who witnessed this momentous event.
Congratulations to all graduates and Papuan. Please stand for the exit of colors. Requesting everyone for the photo operation.
Para sa bayan, sa kalayaan ay pinagkita. Sana'y upang mapamila sa hukon sa tata. Mahal ka buhay ay nilisan dahil sa pangarap na maglingkod sa inyong bayan. Kapayapaan ng Pilipinas, sakripisyo ng bawat sundalo. Buhay ay laging nasa piling ko. Sa panahon ng
Kayong mag-picture, no? Hindi, politiko, hindi bawal i-upload sa Facebook. Kasi may mga misinformations na bawal daw i-upload sa Facebook. Hindi bawal. We are encouraging pa nga na i-upload ko sa Facebook yung mga pictures ninyo. Okay? Of course, itag nyo kami. Para naman makasama kami dun sa itag. Thank you.